Sometimes, it's not the loud signs we notice first, but the subtle nudges that echo through our daily lives. Those synchronicities Carl Jung often spoke about. Imagine you keep running into the same person again and again. A random event here, a casual encounter there. Maybe at first you chalk it up to coincidence, but then it happens a third time, a fourth. Eventually, you can't help but wonder, is this just random, or is something larger at play? Jung believed these were not coincidences at all, but meaningful patterns orchestrated by the unconscious, and possibly by something even greater. When destiny aligns people, it rarely sends a marching band. It whispers through the fabric of reality, weaving a story only you can interpret. One of the clearest signs that the universe might be bringing two souls together is this increasing frequency of seemingly random encounters, what Jung would call meaningful coincidence or synchronicity. And it's not just about bumping into someone physically. Sometimes, their name appears when you least expect it. Maybe a song reminds you of them, or someone tells a story that sounds eerily similar to the connection you share. These aren't just mental glitches. These are invitations from the unconscious to pay attention. The psyche speaks in symbols and stories, and it uses our environment to do it. You start to feel a pull, almost magnetic, even if the connection is brief. That sensation, that gut instinct that something is important even if you can't explain why, that's worth trusting. And speaking of trust, have you ever had a feeling about someone before really knowing them? A sense of familiarity that defies logic? That could be another sign, not in the overly romanticized sense of love at first sight, but in the deep psychological way Jung described as a recognition of the self in the other. When someone reflects parts of you, your desires, your fears, your hidden potential, it activates something powerful. It's not always comfortable. In fact, the relationships that destiny brings often challenge us more than they comfort us. They push us into transformation, into growth. Jung called these moments of inner confrontation, the shadow meeting the light. If a person triggers deep reflection in you, if they bring out buried emotions or long-forgotten dreams, they might not just be passing through. They might be sent to awaken something within. If any of this is resonating, make sure you subscribe. These are the kinds of deep, meaningful conversations we explore all the time. If you're here, you're probably someone who's felt the pull of something bigger guiding your path. So hit that subscribe button, and let's keep uncovering these layers together. And what about timing? That strange phenomenon where someone shows up just as you're going through a major change, or they leave, only to return when you're finally ready? The universe has an odd way of playing with timing. It's almost like it knows when we're ripe for a certain lesson or connection. Sometimes we meet the right person at the wrong time, so we can grow. Other times, we meet the wrong person at the right time to learn something essential. But when it's both the right person and the right time, that's where destiny truly takes root. It's when your journey and theirs intersect not by force, but by alignment. There's a quiet sort of harmony that follows. Your conversations feel easy, even when they're deep. You can sit in silence without discomfort. There's a kind of emotional resonance, like tuning forks vibrating in sync. You don't need to pretend or shrink yourself. And in those moments, you're not just sharing time with someone. You're sharing a piece of the soul. That kind of connection doesn't just happen. It's cultivated by unseen forces that seem to know you better than you know yourself. Carl Jung believed that the people who cross our paths in significant ways are part of a larger psychic system, a collective unconscious that we're all plugged into. When the universe wants to bring people together, it doesn't force. It flows. If you find yourself swimming upstream just to make a relationship work, ask yourself, are you following destiny or trying to bend it to your will? There's a difference between persistence and resistance. One is led by love. The other is driven by fear. Now, take a second and think. Have you experienced these signs in your own life? Drop a comment and share your story. You never know who needs to hear it. Your experience might be the key to someone else's breakthrough. This community thrives on connection, so let's keep that energy moving. Sometimes, the universe confirms what we already feel by bringing peace. You stop questioning the bond. You stop overanalyzing every message, every delay, every silence. There's an inner knowing that even if things are complicated, they're real. You feel safer, clearer. That internal chaos quiets down. Hey, have you ever noticed those moments when everything just seems to align perfectly? Almost as if the universe itself is nudging you toward a certain person? Carl Jung, the renowned psychologist, believed deeply in the idea that destiny and the collective unconscious work together in mysterious ways, guiding us toward the relationships that are meant to shape our lives. It's fascinating to think that if destiny wants you to be with someone, the universe doesn't leave you guessing. It sends unmistakable signs, and recognizing these signs can be the key to understanding not just your connection with that person, but also the deeper workings of fate and synchronicity in your life. One of the first signs you might notice is a recurring sense of déjà vu, where moments with this person feel eerily familiar, as if you've met before in another time or place. It's more than just a fleeting feeling. It's a subtle message from your subconscious that there's a connection far beyond the surface. Jung called this phenomenon synchronicity, where meaningful coincidences happen without a causal relationship, but with deep significance. Imagine running into someone unexpectedly in the most unlikely places. Not once, but repeatedly. And each time the encounter leaves you feeling like the universe itself conspired to bring you together. These moments aren't random. They are the universe's way of saying, pay attention. Another powerful sign is an overwhelming sense of peace or rightness when you're with this person. It's not just about feeling comfortable, but a deeper, almost spiritual alignment that resonates within your soul. You know the difference between mere infatuation and a connection that feels timeless and inevitable. It's like your inner self recognizes something essential, something that words can't quite capture. This feeling often defies logic. You might not be able to explain why you feel so drawn, but it's unmistakable. A quiet certainty that this relationship is part of your destiny. When you experience this, it's a reminder that sometimes the heart and the universe speak a language that our minds need to learn to understand. You'll also notice that obstacles seem to fade away or become less significant when you're destined to be with someone. This doesn't mean the journey is free of challenges, but rather that the universe helps clear the path in subtle ways. Maybe you find solutions more easily, or opportunities appear just when you need them. It's like an invisible hand gently guiding you forward, smoothing the edges of difficulty. Carl Jung emphasized the importance of embracing these challenges as part of the process of individuation, the journey to becoming your true self, and finding a destined partner often accelerates that growth. When the universe conspires to bring two people together, it also ensures that their paths converge despite external hurdles. The last sign, and perhaps the most profound, is an unexplainable sense of timing. Things happen at exactly the right moment, not too early and not too late. You meet when you're both ready, not just emotionally but spiritually. It's that perfect window where your energies align, and the relationship can flourish naturally. This timing feels like a cosmic rhythm, one that you can't rush or force. When you experience this, it teaches you patience and trust, not just in the other person, but in the universe itself. Jung's concept of the collective unconscious suggests that these moments are part of a larger tapestry of meaning, where individual lives intersect in ways that transcend our understanding of time. As you start to recognize these signs, it's natural to wonder how you can be sure this connection is truly meant to last. It's not about obsessing over every little detail or searching for signs in every coincidence, but rather cultivating awareness and openness to the messages the universe sends. Reflect on your feelings and experiences honestly. Do you feel a deep sense of belonging with this person? Are the signs consistent and meaningful rather than coincidental? These questions help you tune into your intuition, which Carl Jung regarded as one of the most powerful tools we have for navigating destiny. Intuition often whispers truths that logic can't grasp, so learning to listen is essential. You might find yourself sharing these reflections with friends or loved ones, seeking their perspectives. Sometimes an outside view can help confirm what your heart already knows. Stories from others who have experienced similar cosmic signs can also be incredibly reassuring and inspiring. For example, many people describe moments when they met their destined partner in the most unexpected ways, through chance encounters, shared dreams, or even symbolic numbers repeating in their lives. These anecdotes highlight that the universe's language is universal, though it speaks differently to each individual. It's like a secret code waiting to be deciphered by those willing to pay attention. Now, if you're finding this insight meaningful, it's worth considering subscribing to the channel because we delve into topics like this all the time, exploring the invisible threads that connect us, the power of the mind and spirit, and how understanding these signs can transform your relationships and life path. Subscribing is the best way to stay tuned to these kinds of profound explorations and get practical guidance on how to recognize and respond to destiny's messages. Imagine how your life might change if you could spot these signs early and allow yourself to embrace the journey fully, without resistance or doubt. How many people push away relationships that are meant to be simply be?